again, this is take two of the same video I did because I forgot to put my mic on. So here I go again. It's kind of funny, but I don't have anything else to do. Why am I leaving? Why did I leave NA? I left Narcotics Anonymous because it was actually hurting my sobriety more than it was helping it. I would go to these meetings, and the people leading the meetings were not professionals at all. They were just people who had sometimes only a month clean, and they're gonna lead a meeting of 20 people who've hit rock bottom, lost everything because of drugs. I think you need a little bit of education behind you. You know, I mean, I've got degrees in psychology and education, and I don't feel qualified to run a meeting because addiction is a very tricky subject, and the idea of addicts helping addicts up by definition, and they're going to help me. I didn't get it. I didn't feel like I was getting help. I felt like sometimes I would listen to somebody who was having a bad day and decided to lead the meeting. So they would go and sit at the front of the meeting house and for an hour tell about their bad day and tell about their story. You know, everybody wants to tell their story. Well, I don't need to hear your story. I need to hear techniques for how to get over not taking the feeling of taking drugs. For me, kratom is what got me off of drugs. I have no desire to take an opiate because kratom takes that desire away. Kratom doesn't give me a huge dopamine rush like opiates did, but it gives me enough of one to where I feel content. And I can sip it all day long and I feel content. My sponsor, on the other hand, decided that no, if I'm your sponsor, you can't take kratom. It's a drug. It's just you're just replacing one drug with another drug. It's a leaf off a fucking tree. It's not a drug. And it's a powerful leaf off a tree. It's healthy for you. It lowers my blood pressure. It takes the desire of opiates away. And you're gonna tell me you're not an MD, you're an addict with a couple of years clean, and you're in all of your expertise, you're gonna tell me not to take the leaf off the tree that takes away my desire for a drug. I don't think so. I think it's wrong. I think if somebody's gonna I talked to my doctor, my MD, about it, and my MD is all on board. She said, that's wonderful. It sounds like a wonderful substitute for opiates. And if I don't have to prescribe, if you're not asking me for opiates anymore because you're drinking a leaf of a tree, then off a tree that's legal, then I don't see the problem. She's had years and years of educations and case studies and peer-reviewed documents. She's written articles. She's well familiar with addiction, and she should be the one leading the meetings, not some drug dealer, some drug addict who had 3 months clean. I couldn't believe the fact that I would sit at these meetings and people would have the same response. My name is Chris and I'm an addict. I'm just grateful for today. I'm grateful for another 24. I'm grateful I didn't use today. But what I would say is I'm grateful that I found this magical herb called kratom that took away my oh my god, you can't take that. And you can't say that in here. You're just substituting one drug for another. No, I'm substituting a leaf off a tree for a very powerful opiate that kills people. No one, to my knowledge, has died from taking kratom, especially in the dosages that I take it in. 10 to 15 grams a day. I mean, no one dies from that. No one loses their house for that. No one loses their wife and kids. And unfortunately, I didn't lose all that stuff because I found kratom before I hit rock bottom. And it's taken me, since I've taken kratom, I went from 11 medications down to 4. I take 4 medications now. I don't even need prescription insurance anymore because I can afford the 4 medications, generics. And none of them have to do with mind altering. You know, my mind altering drug is coffee and kratom. And with that, I'm content and I'm happy, and I don't need to go to these meeting houses and have these down and out people who hit rock bottom help me, because it was no help. I would leave there feeling dirty. I would leave there feeling like I'm a loser because I chose kratom over an opiate. There's no logic or common sense to NA. They have these steps, and somebody's guiding you through these steps who is not a professional counselor. They're just somebody who has their own hopes and experiences. Well, you can keep your hope and experience. I need a professional. I need somebody who, with common sense and logic and a degree behind them, to tell me that kratom is one drug replacing another drug. I mean, do the research at least. Don't just automatically assume because it works, because I don't want to take opiates anymore, that it's just another drug. You can keep your hope and experience and replace it. We have these 12 steps that we're supposed to go through, and I made it through step 4, up to step 4. When I got to step 4, it was so confusing that my sponsor would prescribe me to read another book, read this other book. And there's no uniformity, and there's not a set way to do it. It's whatever your sponsor says to do. And step 1 through 3 was accepting that you've got a higher power, and I don't have a higher power, and my higher power is myself, because I'm the only person that can control what I'm gonna do. And if I really, really, really wanted to get off of opiates, and I found a magical leaf off a tree that will help me do that, I'm gonna fucking take that leaf off of that tree. And I'm gonna drink coffee because coffee gives me energy and stamina. I'm gonna drink poppy seed tea because it mellows me out and takes away my anxiety, so I no longer need Xanax. There's totally natural 100% herbs that can help you deal. They don't get you high, and they're not as much fun as cocaine or heroin, but they do the job. They keep you calm. They take away the desire. They take away your pain, so you don't desire that. You don't need that opiate. I don't take Tylenol. I don't take acetaminophen. I don't take nothing. I take kratom, and my pain is under control. So think really hard, and if I've offended anybody, because 12 steps might work for some people, but it didn't work for me. So this video is why I left. I'm not telling you you should leave. I'm just telling you to question and weigh it out, the cost benefit. The cost, kratom takes the pain away and takes away the desire to use drugs, or that fighting that little devil on your shoulder. You know, I mean, what's better? What's worse? Weigh it out. You know, put it on the scales, and kratom's gonna win every time. Have a blessed day, everybody, and I hope you're doing fine. And if I pissed you off, put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Have a good day. Peace out.